Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. You know, I'm gonna be honest. This review, I'm not gonna be nice. I'm not. I literally sat here thinking about what to say for 10 minutes. Okay, sat my ass in this chair, trying to dig deep for what I was gonna sit there and say for 10 minutes. You should probably go to Brock TV's channel to watch his review because I know he's going to be a lot more forgiving than I am. Okay, or Lakia. She's also really great at what she does. She's going to be a whole lot nicer than I am. You know, there was one good part in this whole episode. Okay, there was one good part in this whole episode. Just one. Does anyone want to guess what that good part is? So let's talk about it. Curtis hanging out with Anna and Portia, and he gets summoned by Miss Wu. And he's all like, well, "What do you want?" Hello to you too. Like, bro, seriously? You just got engaged, you're happy and everything like that. And I'm like, yo, listen, unlike most of the other mob bosses, throughout this show, she has done nothing but been kind to you. She hasn't tried to act like Joey or, push you around or anything like that. And for you to sit there and come at her with this level of attitude, it's like, bro, are you kidding me? I really feel like if it wasn't for plot armor, Miss Wu would not be taking the level of disrespect from Curtis. She just wouldn't. And she was like, I want to sit there and hear about the whole trial, Trina getting free, because of my information that helped. How good was my information? Just really throwing it in there that she played a hand as far as finding eyes and everything like that. So afterwards, she's like, all right, this is what I want from you. I'm going to be receiving the shipment, and your people are just going to be, just let it on in, discretion and everything like that. This is what we're doing. This is what's happening. It's like, no, I'm putting my foot down. I am not going to sit there and let you ship whatever it is in my nightclub. Can we think back to the first time that this idiot asked Miss Wu for help for Marshall, and we thought it was some sort of, oh, maybe he's in the WSB or witness protection or something like that? No, he was arrested. Yeah, he was arrested. That was it. That was it. You went against your principles, morals, values, whatever you want to sit there and call it. Did all that so you can get an arrest record. Now you owe this woman. Okay? Time is running out. Miss Wu is like, listen, it doesn't matter. Does it matter what it is that you got to sit there and pay back? Isn't Trina's life worth it? So once again, he makes a deal with the devil. I'm gonna sit there and put down what foot? Curtis? I swear, I'm just like, bro, you don't have the option of saying no at this point. Okay? Your foot is already too far in the hole. And, she did sit there and say, you rather have me as a friend. She literally said, I'm doing this as a courtesy. You rather have me as a friend than an enemy. I don't appreciate anyone sitting there strong on me. I'm sitting there thinking, goddamn plot armor. She probably was just like, yeah, so this is gonna happen, and your people just need to be ready for it. But I already told you, bro. She's not listening. She doesn't care what you have to say. You can just stop and just go back to the party that you're going to. You know, that was the best part of this episode because it's like day two of filler, vapidness, and just all around fluff. Okay, it's a nice word that they use, fluff. That's what I felt like yesterday watching this episode. Very little to nothing going on. Three-legged races. How did we get from famous storylines like Jerry Jacks, Alcazar, Manny to three? I get that maybe this is going to try to replace Nurse's Ball, even though a lot of people for years have been like, can we stop with this goddamn Nurse's Ball? Can we just stop? Can we? I understand what it stands for, but I don't care. Okay? Yesterday was just, as a fan of GH, pissed me off. Okay? And today, same thing. Ned and Olivia did absolutely nothing. I mean, she told her stupid story about her love potion and how it was used back in the day or some crap. It doesn't even matter. It really doesn't even matter. It really doesn't. Because it was stupid. It was stupid. It was pointless, and obviously it was frustrating. Now, listen, if you actually like this episode, I'm not knocking you. Okay, I'm not knocking you. Some people liked yesterday's episode. Clearly not one of them. I don't know what the hell they're doing with this show. Okay? But so after them telling their stupid story, Leo being there, Chase in Brooklyn was just another. I don't even know what the hell you want to call it at one point because Brooklyn does this whole back and forth crap. Oh, I don't know. What if it's just a love potion? Because, Leo comes over there. Leo's like, oh, you drunk the love potion. This is why you are kissing. And then, Brooklyn's like, well, what if we're not really being who we are? When was the last time we were Brooke and Chase? And I'm just like, Brooklyn and Chase. I'm like, what in the hell does that mean? Woman, you are. Because Chase at this point is like, all right, let's do this. Let's sit and explore this. Wait, what if it wasn't us? What if it was just a love potion? How do we know we're doing this real? Literally, since you're just looking at our phone, like, how long are we gonna do this for? Are we gonna do this to the end of the episode? Yeah, we're gonna do this to the end of the episode. God damn it. And that's literally what they wound up doing. Well, pretty much what she wound up doing. This woman is so goddamn irritating. Finally, they wound up kissing, so there we go. Maybe, I don't know. Until Brooklyn gets caught up in her feelings, and then she's like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe." Like, I don't know who that scene was supposed to work for. I really don't. I don't understand and don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting there knocking you. I just don't understand. Actually watching that scene and not being frustrated, like actually, like legit enjoying each and every single line and things they were saying. I don't know who it was meant for. I really don't. That was just that was painful to watch. That was annoying. Then Sam and Dante. Eventually, they got their act together. But the process that it went from A to B, it was almost as though it's like watching both of those scenes. It's like having the worst hangover in the world. Um, Watching a cartoon that has a bunch of colors that's moving really fast And then at the end, you have to sit there and recite the alphabet backwards. Sounds terrible, right? Because I'd rather do that than go through both of those damn scenes again. That's how bad they were. You know, somebody, I was sitting there, I was talking to somebody in the comment section, and she was like, why don't you just get a place together? Just get their own place. And at one point, I thought that's what Dante was sitting there saying when Dante was like, after Sam finally agreed and going through this whole, Lulu, and maybe I won't measure up to Lulu. I was like, God damn it. After we finally got through all, whatever the hell that was, and she's on board with moving in, I'm like, all right, cool. This is the last 3 minutes of this episode, so I'm glad we got somewhere with it. Dante was like, no, I don't want you to move in my place. I'm like, okay, cool. So you're going to start anew, and this is going to be a new chapter for both families. You'll be in a new house, make some new memories. All right, I'm with it. No, Sam, we're going to move into your place. Dante, was there a particular reason why, if she's just said no to moving into your place, you didn't just think of, I don't know, asking to move into her place? If that was going to be the end goal, instead we had to sit through. You know what? I don't even want to finish that sentence. I really don't, because I'm already just I can't. I did sit there and say before the start of this video that you should probably go to Brock TV or Lakia, because like I said, I was not going to be nice. I can't do it. Can't do it. Jordan overhears a conversation with Portia on the phone with the genetic counselor. And then at some point, she walks up to Portia and she's like, because Anna's like, I want you to be happy and everything like that. And, Portia was like, well, I get it. You ride for Jordan or whatever. It's like, no, I really want you to be happy. And, so yeah, she overhears the conversation. She thinks about the conversation before, as far as, what was you going to sit there and tell Trina and Taggart? And she says to Portia, you know, I really want you to be happy. Like I really do. Portia's like, oh, okay, all right, that's cool. Um, but she said something. I was like, remember what she said, but she was like, no. Transparency. She was like, transparency is key. Portia was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, I thought she was going to confront her about something, but she was like, no. I lied to him. I was not, truthful with him, and that's what he wants the most. It's like, okay, all right, oh, that's cool. And at some point, she tells Anna, what if I know something that can really, change the game or really be a bombshell, for somebody that I care about. More or less, Anna was like, listen, if you gotta sit there and do it, do what you gotta do. You gotta sit there and ask yourself something. I can't remember what it was, but she pretty much like, do what you gotta do. Now, towards the end, Portia did want to meeting up with that genetic counselor and was like, hey, um, you know, I can give you the samples, my daughter's samples or whatever, and we can sit there and run it. And the woman was like, nah, we can't do that. I can't sit there and talk about somebody else's test results, like, without them being in the room. And Portia had that look on her face like, oh. I'm like, Portia, you're a doctor. In what universe did you actually think you were just going to just run into another doctor and be like, hey, could you sit there and run this sample and tell me what it is? Sure. She's like, no. When your daughter's free, then we'll find out. And we'll go from there. Um, Rory. Oh, I almost forgot. Spencer was there because I started writing so many goddamn names. I'm like, yeah. Talked to Jordan for a little bit. Talked to Portia. Long story short, Portia was like, yeah, I appreciate what you did, but I don't want you around my daughter. Point blank. I don't want you around my daughter. And so that was that. Trina and Rory had their date. if you're a fan of them, then you're gonna like their date. It was it was okay, I guess. I don't know. Obviously, about my demeanor, I really didn't give a damn, but it wasn't terrible. It was just it wasn't a sea of the issue with even me describing that, because let's just sit there and say the episode was good. Okay, there was stuff that was going on. Even if they wanted to slow it down and show this portion, it wouldn't be terrible. But because it was in a sea of nothingness, um, it was just part of the sea of nothingness. I don't know. Um, anyway, Trina finds out that Portia's engaged to Curtis, and she's happy, and they're all happy. And Spencer gets ready to go to jail, and Trina talks for a little bit, but Spencer's not going to say anything. And I guess Rory's going to sit there and try to hook him up with library duty. So, okay, I guess. Carly and Drew finally answer the question of do they, don't they? And now that you sit there and you look at it, this really craptastic episode, all three of them, Drew and Carly, Brooklyn and Chase, and Sam and Dante, have been in this crossroads of will they, won't they. And today's episode, they did answer those questions. They did decide what they were going to do with these couples, and So, I mean, on that note, then yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, you can definitely watch it, if nothing else, just to find out those outcomes. By the way, Drew and Carly, they're together now. That is another back and forth, 20-minute conversation of will they, won't they, and it was complicated because you're Jason's brother, and you're Sam's ex, and Drew's like, oh, when was the right time to sit there and hit on you, and ask you out, and blah 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 blah. So they go through this, I guess, whatever they want to sit there and call it, flirty banter, but sure, why not? But they answer the question, they kiss, and that's pretty much about it. Now, you know, who got the love potion? If you actually really care, I guess that's important. If you didn't, then does it really matter? Because they answered all three of them, so that's cool. This Woo was looking good. Okay. If I can take nothing else from this episode, Miss Wu was looking hella good today. Okay. And a sea of crap, let's just be honest. It was the one bright spot of this episode. But I think that's about it. I know it took me a while to actually put this video out, but I literally had to sit there and be like, I actually tell you the truth, I took a few minutes also to calm down because I got so infuriated with this in yesterday's episode, in Monday's episode. It was just like Monday wasn't even bad. It was in a sea of nothing. It was like the start of crap, and it just kept going. And I know there's a better word than crap, because let's be honest, it was a filler. It was vapid. It was damn near pointless. Um, and I can't stand these episodes. I really, really can't stand these episodes. And here's the thing, it's not even so much like, oh, I need a lot of action and suspense and stuff like that. Like there's a time and a place for it. But what I do need, and oh, here we go. Like the sun was literally just rapidly going down. Um what I do need is something. Something other than this. Like it felt more filler than an actual episode. And every time I sit there and think about the old school GH or whatever, it's just like, God damn it, whatever happened to this show? Um, I don't really know what else to sit there and say about this episode. I think I done used the same words way too many times. But I'll sit there and say this much. Despite this video, my demeanor, you know, I have been doing a lot of live streaming on Sundays where we sit there and talk about GH and days and everything like that. And I hate sitting there saying this. And granted, if the episode is better, I'll probably be at the same level of energy than I was last Sunday. Hell, I was under the weather. And I still felt like I just had a different energy when I was sitting there talking about these shows. As opposed to watching this episode and being like, God damn it, this was terrible. What am I even gonna. So I think what I'm basically trying to say is usually my energy on Sundays is a lot better than like it is today. But also the episodes really kind of dictates that too as well. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank everyone for watching. I know that these episodes or these reviews have not been rah 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 and just like me bouncing off the wall and excuse me doing like a moonwalk and everything like that. But it's just like I have to go with what I'm working with, and what I'm working with is not good. And I can't sit there and try to put on this false, I don't know, happiness or whatever, and then it's just like this episode wasn't good. Like I can't. I am struggling sometimes with some of these episodes, especially when they're just. I mean, granted, this week it seems like it's been a certain like level of bad. I mean, there's bland episodes where it's like one or two good things happen, something funny happens, and then there's episodes like this where it's like, how did I even watch? What did I do with my what did I do with my time for 30 something minutes? But, I want to thank everyone for just watching in general. With that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.